Salute my peopleizations. What's shaking with y'all? Got to get my brother Kurt Anderson in here. What's good? What's good? What's good? Big LT, Vado Newton, Stanley Bailey, Almighty Lord, Tony Dior, Kel C, Kenneth Johnson, Hustler Slim, Omega Cam. What we got in the building, man? What's good? Smash that like button, my peopleizations. We got the Queen in the building. Peace and blessings, Queen. What's going on with you?
Not much. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How you feeling?
Better than yesterday.
Yeah. Some technical difficulties yesterday, huh?
It was a long day, but it's all right though.
You like my hat?
I don't know. It depends. Are you wearing it as a franchise or a regular?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We gotta represent. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm trying to get Kurt in.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on with Kurt. We should have Alicia. She should be on at 7:00, so she should be on soon. You know, but you can talk to the people. Let me try to get Kurt on.
Okay, let me go in the chat. What's going on, Roy? What was that? Roboy, Florida. Hustler Slim says blue. The WBC hat? Yeah, I guess.
I know they like what?
I know. I don't know. What's on the side of it? What is that on the side?
That's the WBC logo. You can't see it, huh?
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah. We got to represent. You know what I mean?
Represent. Oh my goodness.
We got to represent. We got to show.
Next thing you know, they're gonna say the WBC paying you.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We know it's coming. I already got somebody. I had when I went to the fight, I got a promoter's pass. Oh man, dudes is in my inbox like, don't do it. They trying to get you. They trying to trick you. Like, what are we talking about? Like, yo, don't do it. I'm like, what? What are we talking about?
What's going on in the chat? Drew Titan, what's going on? Shadow 979, Lewis Henson. Oh, it's going so fast. Man, Don Dada, what's going on? Hustler Sim. WBC means when blue clowning. Oh goodness. PK Boxing and MMA, what's going on? What is did blue blood get franchised? Oh, they gonna go in on you today, Blue. Oh, what's going on, Tony Boswell? Jay Cooley, salute. I'm trying to go up. What's up, Kaz? Kelly C, what's going on? Let me see. Omega Cam. Okay. Stanley Bailey. I'm just making sure. Can everybody hear me? I gotta make sure because I be having them technical difficulties. Derek McGee, what's going on? Mike James Boxing. Salute Jay West, Just Blaze, GSXR 1000. I used to have one of those. I used to have a couple of those actually. It's Just Boxing. What's going on? Oh, wait. Jay Cooley said, who blue calling? No, it should be who is blue calling out with that WBC hat on.
We gotta represent, you know what I mean? We gotta represent, man.
Okay.
I gotta mess with the WBC, man. I like Mauricio Suleiman. I love Nico, man, you know, but they know this ain't right. They know this whole situation ain't right.
Blue, I have a question though about this franchise belt. Help me out. Because I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing. So if the WBC does not recognize this as a belt or as a belt, right? Am I saying that right? Can the other sanctioning bodies now rank the franchise champion in their sanctioning bodies?
No.
Why not?
See, the thing about the franchise is it's mythical, right? So it's like how we say with the lineal. It's the same thing as the lineal champion. It's mythical. So what happens is, you could win if I'm franchise. Okay, Vasil Lomachenko and Canelo is franchise, right? So they could fight dudes with a belt, and they'll be considered quote unquote unified. But if the opponent wins, the opponent gets nothing. All they did was defend their belts.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if it's not a belt,
Mm-hmm.
and if the other sanctioning bodies don't recognize it as a belt either, why can't the other sanctioning bodies put them in their ranking?
Oh, put the fight in their ranking system.
Right. You know how like if you have a belt.
They still could put the fight in their ranking system.
Okay, so I mean, is that so bad?
It's
No.
what it is because it has no it's fake. So what happens is Vasil Lomachenko loses, but he loses nothing. But he wins, he gains everything. That's what the problem is. So it's like all your hard work goes out the window. Right.
But he be forced to be a mandatory and someone else, maybe an IBF or the WBO or something like that? Or
well, if he have another belt. But the problem is, so he's going to be, the WBC is going to say, oh, he didn't earn it. So let's say Devin Haney got the belt, so he ain't earned it, right? But if he beats Richard Comey, Teofimo Lopez winner, the WBC is going to say, well, here you undisputed, but you ain't beat Devin Haney. He's the champion. So how you undisputed? Right. Well, because you represent us.
Right. So that champion, the franchise champion, will never fight the champion.
Well, they can, but they can never be mandated.
Okay, gotcha.
See what I'm saying? So it's like a get out of jail free card.
I get
it. Like, oh, this dude is the champion? Nah, I'm good. Oh, this guy's the mandatory challenger? Nah, I'll just stay franchise. So it's like it's too. I mean, they know this is.
Right.
It's a mess. They know it. Like, it's no other way around it. They know what they're doing is horrible. It's horrible.
Right.
Like,
so I'm guessing the fight with Canelo and Kovalev is a product of.
That's what I'm saying. So right now, right, he gonna fight. Here go Kurt. Kurt, that's you, bro. You got it, man.
That's me.
Okie dokie. So let's say, so now Canelo fighting Sergey Kovalev, right? So now Sergey Kovalev has the WBO belt. Canelo Alvarez don't have a belt at 175, but now he has the WBC belt at 175 right now. Like, what? How do you go to 175 and have the most prestige belt of them all, and you ain't fight? You never fought there.
Exactly. It makes no sense.
None. So now here's the problem, right? So he beats Kovalev, and now he's going to be considered unified light heavyweight.
I'll tell you what.
I'm
telling you, they're doing everything they can between Canelo, Lomachenko, Tyson Fury. They're trying to make these guys become American stars, and it is not working. No matter what they do, it's not working. Because, I mean, if they wanted to offer it to a black fighter, they would have been done that. Deontay Wilder should have been a franchise, or they should have offered it to him. And that's another thing I have a question about. Is it an offer? Can you turn it down, or do they force it upon the fighter?
I think it's just an offer.
Well, that tells a story right there.
But what I think what it is that Bob Arum went to the WBC and pushed for this. So it's more so the promoter, it's the fighter and the promoter saying, listen, we don't want to honor this mandatory. So it's like Deontay Wilder, Dillian White being his mandatory, and Deontay Wilder going to the WBC and saying, we don't want to deal with Dillian White. So listen, we don't need the belt at this point. So we could just drop the belt, or you could figure something out. And the WBC is saying, well, we want you to still represent our brand because you bring money to the table. You're a big name. You're a face in the sport. So we want you to bring to represent our brand. So Wilder's like, okay, what we're gonna do about this? Because I don't want to deal with Dillian White. And then they say, well, guess what? How about this? We take your belt, we give it to Dillian White, and then you lose nothing. We actually elevate you to franchise.
I mean, who would actually accept that? You got to look at who's accepting that. That is ridiculous. I don't see Deontay Wilder at all accepting that. I just don't. And if he ever did, I would be surprised firstly, and I would feel the same way about him as I do the other ones. I mean, it is what it is. And I'm sure Deontay Wilder's not ducking anybody. I know he's not, but I mean, I don't know if there's money involved. I don't know what it is.
So the problem is, this is the problem. Here's the problem. The problem is that they saying that Deontay Wilder, like Vasyl Lomachenko, he won the belt vacant from Luke Campbell. So you did nothing. Essentially, he did nothing, right? He won the belt vacant from Luke Campbell. So he never defended it, right? I don't even think he actually did he ever have it at 126 on the other weight classes? I don't think so.
Who, Lomachenko?
Yeah, I don't think so.
He's fought for 2 vacants. I know his first one, and I think this last one.
No, but I'm saying I don't think he held the WBC though.
He never defended it.
No, just the WBO. From what I remember. Is that right, Kurt?
Yeah, I don't think he defended the WBC. That's what you're trying to say, Blue?
Yeah, he never had the WBC, right?
Until recently.
Yeah.
But he never defended it.
He never did he have it?
But that was he fought for the vacant WBC. Is that what you're saying, Kurt?
Yeah, he fought for that at lightweight where he's at right now, 135. But in the lower weight classes, he's never had it.
No.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So he never even had it to represent it. So how could we say his accomplishments is what garnered him to get a franchise tag? For what? It's okay. So for instance, right, in other sports, and it's only in the NFL, right? In the NFL, you can franchise your best player, right? But you don't get a guy that came out the draft and his first year you franchise him because he didn't accomplish nothing. He has to represent your brand, do something with your brand to become franchised, right? He never accomplished nothing. He won it vacant and he never defended it. So how could he be franchised? You see what I'm saying? So his accomplishments are null and void because he didn't. Okay, that's like me saying we with the LDBC, right? We with the LDBC. So I come in now. I'm a staple in the LDBC, but let's say it's somebody new to the LDBC. They come in, right? They never achieved nothing in the LDBC. They just come in, make one video, and then we say they on the same level as the people that started the LDBC. Huh? That makes no sense. Like, you did nothing here. What did you accomplish here? So that's what's utterly ridiculous. What you think, Kurt?
Well, they moved the goalposts, back for certain fighters, and others they move it up to make it easier for them. It's confusing. That's why you got to follow the sport when you're dealing with sanctioned bodies, promoters, and boxing in general. Listen, to say Lomachenko can't fight is blasphemy. The man fights very well, but it's the media, that turns off the fans. They talk about Lomachenko because they think he's a superhero, and he's not. There's certain fighters like him and Usyk, basically the Eastern European fighters. They're trying to make them better than what they really are, man. And we all know the truth. And I believe Wilder didn't want no franchise belt for what I'm hearing, but, that's another story. It's a bogus title. To be honest, something that's made up. If I was a proud champion with integrity for the sport of boxing, I won't want no franchise. I will want the belt that I fought for. And if I beat a champion or defended my champion, that's the belt I want and want to keep. I don't franchise. What is that? That's something that's made up. You know, Lomachenko, if he had any integrity, he would have turned it down. You know, but he didn't want to turn it down. Now I want to see if he's gonna wind up fighting Haney. If that fight never happens, then that's a clear duck. You know, so you know, I'm gonna pump the brakes on that because I know Lomachenko is a fighter, but it's clearly he's trying to stay away from Haney. He doesn't feel comfortable, you know, with Haney, and this is one of the ways that he got out of fighting Devin Haney by becoming a franchise.
Yeah, what you think, Ms. Boxing? You think I'm wrong? Am I being overly ridiculous right now?
No, you're not being overly ridiculous at all. It's like blatantly obvious at this point that he doesn't want to fight any top tier or any um, fighters that are threatening to him. And I know we see it, but he doesn't have a big enough fan base of just casual fans for them to even notice, I guess, or for them to even care. So I don't think this franchise thing is doing anything for him, and I don't think it will do anything for him.
Yeah, you know, the thing is just that it just, to me, it hurts the sport. That's my issue. It don't help the sport. It hurts the sport. And you know, maybe overall it benefits the WBC. You know, but the sport as a whole, if we say we claim and see, this it's more touchy. The reason I keep going in on this and it's more touchy because Patrick Day lost his life in the sport. He gave the sport his whole life. This dude father is, for people that don't know, I knew Patrick Day since he was 11, 12 years old when he first started boxing. And this dude mom is the interpreter for the United States to deal with the country of Haiti for people that's coming into the country. She is the top dog, right? His dad is a surgeon. So he never needed the sport of boxing. This dude had major degrees. He has 3 different degrees, and he went to college and all types of stuff. He never needed the sport of boxing. He loved the sport of boxing. And so he gave his life literally for the sport of boxing. So anything that's not of the sport of boxing, I'm going to be against it because that's personal for me. So it's not, I'm not just saying this to hate on the WBC or anything, but it hurts the sport. So anything that hurts the sport of boxing, I'm going to speak on it. And I love the WBC. I love Mauricio Sulaiman. I think it's the most prestige belt in the sport of boxing. But they know this franchise tag is all because they don't want to lose a certain fighter. No, you have multiple fighters in the sport. You don't have 1, 2 fighters. And right now, and my reason for wearing this hat and doing this is because Deontay Wilder is the WBC champion, right? So it's a catch-22 for me, right? Because he is the WBC champion, and he's the longest reigning WBC champion, him and Gary Russell. I don't know who's had it longer. I think Gary Russell might have had it maybe a month longer, some weeks longer. But, you know, they the reigning champs, and Gary Russell is my boy as well. So Deontay is my boy, and Gary Russell is my boy. So guess what? They represented well. But they know, you know, doing this, what they're doing with the WBC. So it's a catch-22 because you don't have just one champion. You have multiple champions. Multiple. So you worrying about losing a champion to represent your brand when you get us people. We all say that WBC is the most prestige belt. So you ain't losing nothing by, if Canelo Alvarez don't want to fight Jamal Charlo, let it be known he's dropping the belt not to fight Jamal Charlo. That's no slight against the WBC. That's on him. Let us deal with him. You step back and say, listen, he no longer wants to represent our belt because he don't want to fight this man. And we step back. And y'all step back as the WBC and let us take it from there. You know what I'm saying? Vasyl Lomachenko don't want to fight Devin Haney. Listen, let it be known. Listen, he's going to vacate the belt because Devin Haney represents the belt right now anyway. And so here's the proof, right? You don't need them to represent the brand. Because look, Deontay Wilder has surpassed Canelo Alvarez as the face of the sport of boxing. It's proven now. I just made a video. I just dropped the video on the other channel. Y'all can watch the video on the other channel. Not right now. Y'all can watch it when we get off. But the video on the other channel, right? Canelo Alvarez has his version of 24/7 All Access. It's called 40 Days with him and Sergey Kovalev, right? And Deontay Wilder has his version of 24/7 All Access, which is called Fight Camp, right? Fight Camp, one episode has done 2.2 million views. Canelo Alvarez has 2 episodes of 40 Days with him and Sergey Kovalev, and it did a combined 500,000 views. It actually did less. I'm just rounding it off. So it actually did less than 500,000 views for 2 episodes, and he has a more high-profile opponent across the ring from him is Sergey Kovalev, because Sergey Kovalev is a bigger star in the sport of boxing than Luis Ortiz is. So he has somebody to carry the promotion with him. Right? And he's daring to be great. So he's jumping up 2 weight classes, daring to be great, doing something that he's against the odds of doing. And yet, he only did 500,000 views on something that's free. It's not pay-per-view. It's free. So all you got to do is tune in. Less than 500,000 views. Deontay Wilder did 1, and this is the fight that people say that nobody wanted to see him fight Ortiz again. But yet it did $2.2 million 2.2 million views. So that means the interest in Deontay Wilder is much higher than the interest in Saul Canelo Alvarez. Period. Because the opponent that he has in the other side is a less profile fighter and less profile commodity in the sport of boxing than Sergey Kovalev. What you think about that, Ms. Boxing? You there, Queen?
Yeah, I'm here. I got one thing going on. Let me I gotta go on mute right quick.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, well, Canelo fights on the app, so that even though he's getting real good money, visibility wise, is a shortcoming because Wilder is on Fox. His commercials now are being played during the World Series. That's great promotion right there. You can't beat that being on a network TV against the app. Canelo's very popular, but he's like a regional star. Mexico, of course, that's where he's from. Las Vegas, anywhere there's a large Mexican community, he's popular. But when you have an American star, he's the star in boxing. It's always been like that. The old fighters like Tyson. So when you have the biggest American star, he's the star in boxing. Plus, he's a heavyweight who's a knockout artist. So that's why he's getting views. He was on Magnum PI like a month ago. He was on another show on Showtime. I forgot the name of the show. It's one of my favorite shows. So he has a lot of momentum. He has a presence. The views don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. You just, 2 million views against, you rounded it off for Canelo 500,000. So when you talk about Canelo, he's more like a regional star, where Deontay is a star in New York, Los Angeles. Him and Fury did well in Los Angeles. They did a lot better than I thought they were because they putting it at the Staples Center. I was like, oh man, I don't know, but it did it very, very well. He fought at the Barclays Center. He fights in Alabama. So you talking about, South, West, and you talk about East. So those are 3 different codes. So that's and plus his commercials are being played on Fox during the World Series, during college football. I see the commercials all over the place, and so to me, he has a leg up because Canelo is fighting on the app. He's popular, but it's more like in another country, and Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Texas.
Yeah, Kurt, it's like, see, and this is the thing, right, Kurt? And this is what I try to tell people. Is like, you see Kurt, like you said, like he's fighting on the app and stuff, right? But just imagine if Floyd Mayweather was fighting on that app, if they the star if Canelo Alvarez is the star that they say he is, right? they say he's a star like he's the next Floyd Mayweather. Well, if he's the star like Floyd Mayweather, if Floyd Mayweather fought on the app would blow up. You know what I'm saying, Kurt? The app would be shaking and trembling. It would be like those annoying alerts that you get every time he did something, Kurt. You know what I'm saying? Every single time he did. Imagine Floyd Mayweather 24/7. Remember, a lot of people, feel like Floyd Mayweather was the reason for Fight Hype success. You know what I'm saying? And that's on social media. That's an app. You know what I mean? That's on YouTube, right? But look at the views it did, because it was behind the scenes Floyd Mayweather. So imagine if you couldn't go to Showtime or HBO's 24/7 or any of those things to watch Floyd Mayweather all access type of deals. You had to go on YouTube and watch it. Man, it would have blew up. You know what I'm saying? It would have went berserk. It would have went absolutely berserk. And so this just goes to show, to prove that he ain't no Floyd Mayweather. He ain't what they say. And I like Canelo Alvarez. I love Canelo Alvarez. You know, I like him. He's good for the sport. I like what he do. You know, now he has his ways about going about things, you know, as far as, you know, picking fights and things of that nature. You know, so we could poke at him. We could poke holes in everybody's resume when we do that. But, you know, that just goes to show the interest is just not there. It's just not there. You know what I'm saying? My camp life, Kurt, check this out, Kurt. My camp life with Deontay Wilder on YouTube has done more views than Canelo Alvarez and Sergey Kovalev's 40 days.
Yeah, because listen, you know, like I said, he's a heavyweight, and for Floyd Mayweather, he revolutionized a lot of that stuff. You know, the 24/7. They were the most exciting with Hatton and De La Hoya. But getting back to Wilder, man, you know, and no knock on Canelo. I like Canelo. I'm a Canelo fan. I can't wait to Saturday. I'm picking him to knock out Kovalev. He's exciting. He brings excitement to the sport of boxing. His fan base, loyal fan base. It's a fan base that doesn't stretch like Wilder's, because if Canelo can speak English, that will help him dramatically. Don King tried to get Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. to speak English. He tried, but he's like, nah, you know, and I respect that. He's like, no, I want to connect with my Hispanic boxing fan base, and maybe Canelo feels the same way, just like Roberto Duran, you know, and ain't nothing wrong with that, because Mexicans are a big part of boxing, you know, but it only goes so far. And like I said, if you're an American fighter, you have a leg up because you can speak, you know, English. And not only that, we have a history of heavyweight champions. You know, there's been like over 50 American heavyweight champions, you know, and that's big right there, especially you're a knockout puncher. That's why Mike Tyson, you know, was a crossover star, and Deontay Wilder is a big star. And you'll see that November 23rd.
Yep. I tried to tell people, Kurt, you know what I mean? The problem is they don't understand, like you said, heavyweight boxing is different. When you're a heavyweight, like you said, Floyd Mayweather revolutionized the game. He did something. Now you had great young fighters, little fighters like Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, all of these guys, but they never did the numbers that the Mike Tysons and the Muhammad Ali's and the Sugar Ray, Joe Frazier's, and you know, they just never did those type of numbers. And Floyd Mayweather came along, and he caught. I keep telling people, he caught lightning in the bottle. He caught lightning in the bottle, and he capitalized. He seized the moment. And so Deontay Wilder, like you said, is a heavyweight, and the heavyweight, you know, is different. It's just different. The heavyweight champion of the world is different, man. You know, so you're 1,000% right, Kurt. You're 1,000% right. And I think that, you know, too many people just forget about that now. They forget about it. Hey, Mahari Nation, salute to you in the super chat. He said, "Much love, brothers. Oscar days are numbered." I keep seeing people saying stuff about Oscar and Canelo. I heard they having some turmoil, and they were showing. I saw the press conference, and I see people putting up the press conference and posting the press conference. It's just not. It's just not. There's no buzz. There's no buzz. We had another super chat. I wanted to get to it, man. These super chats don't light up. They don't highlight. They don't do nothing, man. I got to get used to this version. Got to get used to this version. Miss Boxing, you good? B&B Boxing, salute in the super chat. Franchise belt should be a retirement belt. Yeah, I like that. I like that as well. Miss Boxing, you all right over there? I think she's still busy. But Cursor, anyway, how do you see, this Kovalev fight? Do you think it's going to do big numbers? We'll never know the official numbers it does because of the zone don't release it. Well, what do you think? How do you think this fight is going to do as far as viewership goes?
I think it's going to do pretty good, but like I said, it's hard to put a number on it because it's an app. That's an app and fighting pay-per-view. It's just night and day, man. It really is. It's night and day. I think it's going to do pretty good because people look at Kovalev as a threat. But like I said, the Mexican fan base is going to drive it. America's going to look at it as well. It's hard for me because, like I said, it's an app, so it's hard for me to get a number. I don't think it's going to, blow the hinges off the door, or blow the door off the hinges. But I think it's going to do pretty good. It's just, I'm thinking while I'm talking because I'm like, it's an act. Now, see, Canelo don't care, and I don't blame him because he's getting money.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be like, what? They offer me 300+ million? I'll be like, hey, I'm fighting on an app. I'll fight on Bed Bath & Beyond backyard if they offer that to me. Seriously,
right.
I'm being real with you. He don't care. It's an app. Canelo could have, and he knows that Canelo's not stupid. Canelo was not with De La Hoya when he first started. People forget that he was with a promoter from Miami, and Oscar saw his complexion and hair and calling him Cinnamon Canelo. All that matters. And Oscar stole him. Well, he didn't steal him because they had to pay that promoter $8 million. The promoter from Miami won. Mm-hmm. And Terrence Crawford too. He wasn't with Bob Arum. He was with a promoter from Maryland. The reason I bring this up because promoters are like used car salesmen. If they can sell you something, and make profit off you, then that's a used car salesman. It's just like a promoter. Promoter be like, listen, I can pimp him and stuff. So I'm gonna take him from this small time promoter. I'm the big brother. I'm top rank or I'm golden boy. So that's what they saw. And with Canelo, if he was, can you imagine if he was PBC? He was because they showing it the zone commercials now. They running it in the ground. It's everywhere now. It's because they're desperate. They need more viewership and subs. So that's why they spend the money on this campaign. I see the commercial with the zone when I'm watching a World Series or college football. It's SEC come on Saturday at CBS. They're running the commercial on the ground, but it's an app. Some people just don't mess with app. It's different when you on pay-per-view. You can gauge the numbers properly on pay-per-view, even though some of the numbers are inflated. Say like they may do 600 and the company be like, oh, we did 750,000. I usually take off like 75,000 views for anybody who fights. That's just the way the game is. But it's pay-per-view. You're getting money. You're getting a profit. That's why Al Heyman is so successful. That Pacquiao and that McGregor fight did wonders for PBC because now when you have investors that believe in you, and with those two big fights, they all made money. And the app, you ain't making no money. That's the difference. No profit.
Right, no profit. Exactly. Go ahead, Miss Boxing.
Yeah, I missed a lot of that, and I'm sorry. I was trying to help my aunt out, but I don't think Canelo cares if it's an app or not. Really, I don't know if how much guaranteed money he's getting, but he doesn't really care if it's an app or not. I found it real interesting when he first signed with DAZN, and he was going to fight on maybe it was the first or second time, and he was going to fight on DAZN. I remember I have DAZN. I'm not even, well, right now I have DAZN because they gave it to me a year for free because they kept taking out my money, and I and I fussed them out. But I went on, I logged in, and it was all in Spanish, and it was all how to do it, how to download, everything was in Spanish, and I was like, seriously, seriously. I mean, it's hard enough that we didn't know how Americans didn't know how to use it, and they put it all. I think they thought that Canelo was going to bring a lot more um, uh,
Subscribe.
subscribers, traffic to the app, and but the thing is, we're not ready for apps. I think boxing fans, real, no, I'm not gonna say real boxing fans because we're all boxing fans, but I think boxing fans are older. I mean, at this point right now, and it's the younger crowd that like these apps and all the other kind of stuff. I don't like it. I mean, I don't want to have to use my phone, or if I don't have a smart TV, I can't cast it, or it's just too difficult. I don't think the boxing world is ready for it, and I think it's a waste. It really is. But I mean, it's the zone. But like I said, Canelo doesn't care because he's getting paid regardless.
See me, I don't mind the app right now. It comes in handy because I'm moving around so much. So when I went to the only thing it bothers me is is the service, you know. But like when I'm moving around, like Saturday, I was going to the Lubin Gallimore fight and Easter Granados fight, and the fights was coming on while I was driving up there, you know. So it was like, you know, it came in handy for me to be able to just put it on a bracket and watch the fight. You know, but then I missed the Shakur Stevenson fight because I was at the fight, but you know, I didn't get no service. So, you know, it's kind of like a catch-22. It's good for me, you know, but like you said, for you that, you know, if you're sitting home and you just want to watch it, you know, you just want to sit down on your couch and drink your wine and just turn the channel and watch, you know, boxing, and then, you know, it just gives you a hard time, you know, because you got to look at your phone and
right. Yeah. It does, and just this past weekend, my pops and they live in Atlanta, and I live in Illinois. But my pops has such a hard time with the app. I mean, because he has like the Fire Stick and all those other kinds. He has such a hard time. I felt so bad for him, but he just couldn't do it. So, like I said, I don't think right now. I mean, the younger folks, I guess we're kind of young, you know, but the older folks they don't like that. Look, someone in the chat said they're 23 and they don't like the app. But like you said, when you're on the road and stuff like that, it definitely is a good thing.
Yeah, it comes in handy for me, like, you know. But Kurt, how do you feel about it, Kurt? You like the apps?
Oh yeah, man, I mess with apps heavy, man, because I like to be entertained. I like music and movies, and I got Brown Sugar apps. That's like the black exploitation movies. I got the Zone. I got ESPN Plus. I got all that on my phone, man. So you know, it's big. You know, since I don't do much anymore, stay in the house, you know, conduct business. It's very convenient because I could just look at my phone and see everything. You know, music apps. The Zone, people don't mess with the Zone. I do because they have too much boxing, man. So I go where the boxing is, and the Zone, they got the old fights on there. They got documentaries, and you know, I'm a big soccer fan as well. So I watch soccer on the Zone, man. So, you know, I got my hand in a lot of pots, man. You know, so I mess with assets.
Yeah, see, so, you know, I mean, it has its perks. You know, for like I said, for me, I would much rather just sit on my couch and watch it. But when I'm moving around and I'm at the fights and I'm trying to do interviews and, you know, and just busy, you know, I'm driving or something, I could just look at my app. And just
right. And Kurt is right. They have an excellent library. I mean, and for those that can get their hands on it, the library definitely is excellent. But it's just difficult sometimes, and sometimes it'll with a buffer, and sometimes it's get a little frustrating. But I mean, I'm okay with it, but I do know a few people that have a hard time with it.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's the thing. Like I said. Like you said, the buffering, the loading, like, oh man, like I was driving, I'm like, oh, here we go. It's loading, it's buffering. And like I said, because I was at the fight, the Shakur Stevenson fight. I didn't get it at all. It was no service. It wasn't happening. Wasn't happening. I guess because everybody in the arena, you know, using their phone. That's the bad thing about it. If you're somewhere where everybody's using their devices, forget it. It's over. It's just not going to happen. So, you know, but like I said, as far as his star power, if he was truly the star that they said he is, Canelo, then it wouldn't affect him that much. Because if they comparing him to Floyd Mayweather, if Floyd Mayweather went to an app and he was still in his heyday and he went to the Zone, guess what? The Zone is just it would have garnered 2 million viewers.
I believe it. Absolutely.
Yep. It would have got 2 million viewers. He gonna move the needle. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather, he mastered promoting himself. You pay to see him lose. You pay to see him win. It became a holiday. When he fought, he made it a holiday. He truly made it outside of hardcore boxing fans. The Mexican Independence Day weekend dates for boxing, you know, have been overblown because of Floyd Mayweather. People that don't even know about boxing know September and May. If you ain't even know what Cinco de Mayo was, you know what it is now. You know Mexican Independence Day and Floyd Mayweather because he made those holidays.
Yeah, he called it Cinco de Mayweather and he called it pay-per-view.
Yeah, pay-per-view and Cinco de Mayweather, right? He made those holidays. He brought light to those holidays. He made people was barbecuing and partying like, yo, you don't even watch boxing. They don't even know it. All they know is he undefeated, he bald-headed, he black, and he chat, he chirp. You know what I'm saying?
What do y'all think about the price? Honestly, the price.
Oh, for the Zone?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind.
Okay.
What is it? $10 or something like that?
No, it's 20.
Oh, it went up to $20?
Yes, it went up to $20 a month, or you pay the $100 a year.
See, the only reason I paid $10 because I was one of the first subscribers. So people later they charged them $20. So I caught a break until March. I'm gonna pay the $100. But since I was an early subscriber,
Right.
and I'm still paying $10 a month.
Oh yeah,
where the later subscribers pay 20.
Yeah, because
Right.
I was gonna say I know I pay $10 a month.
Yeah, so I thought that. I mean, and that's kind of crazy because when you think of other apps, I mean, if it's Netflix or whatever, they're not doubling, you know, the price. That is like completely doubling the price. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. But then again, the $100 a year is what, like $833 a month, but you have to pay, you know, the $100 up front.
Yeah, and think right. If Canelo was fighting on pay-per-view and Anthony Joshua fought on pay-per-view, you say between the two you're gonna spend $70 a piece, $140.
Exactly.
That's
right.
night. So you spend $100 for a year, you know. So it pans out, you know. But I paid $10, so yeah. And I don't handle my bills. The wife do, so I just add to them. I just add to the problems. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, put this on the tab.
That's right.
This ESPN Plus. Put that on it. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
Blue, you ain't lying, man. I'm in the same boat, man. I used to order gators and ostrich shoes and wallabies and all that and linen suits and man, I used to order all that on eBay and all. You know, I calmed down and you know used to go. We had a place called Gator City, you know, where they made custom made suits and all. I had diamond watches. My wife was like, "You don't need all that stuff." So I don't know. Something changed as I got older, man. That's when we first married. We got married in 2012, so I calmed down after that. Now I don't go shop out. I got all this Pittsburgh Steelers gear. My wife used to say, "You got a Steelers shirt already." I used to tell her, "You don't understand. I gotta have this one."
Yeah,
you know. So
and
I mean,
and Kurt,
sneakers and all that. Yeah.
And Kurt, you could get rid of that Steelers stuff, and you might as well get some Niner stuff, man. You can go ahead.
That would never happen.
You can go ahead and get rid of that. You can go ahead and get
black 45 years Steelers fan, black and gold.
You can go ahead and get rid of that, man. You can go ahead and cancel that. Go ahead and get you some red and gold.
I want to say something before I go on. Somebody in the chat, King David said, you know, I watch soccer. I've been a soccer fan since 1977. My father took me to the stadium, Meadowlands, when it was first built. And Pele, at the end of his career, Pele was an all-time great. And you had Giorgio Canali and Franz Beckenbauer, you know, with New York Cosmos. But my favorite player right now is Neymar. And the country I root for, no, not the United States. I root for Brazil. And, you know, that's all I wanted to say. Hey,
Kurt versatile, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he sure is.
He was a history lesson in soccer, man.
I love soccer, man.
Yeah. You know, so but it's just I just don't like how they're doing it, you know, and I don't want Gary Russell to take it. I don't want Deontay Wilder to take the franchise title. No, I don't want it. Hey, I think our guest is going to cancel out on us again and postpone till tomorrow, I think. That's what it's looking like. So we might.
Good. It's all good.
Yeah, we might as well go ahead and keep cooking. We could take some calls there. You know, so salute to Real McCoy in the super chat. He said boxing fans are being exploited. It's all listen, that's sports fans all around the world, man. That's sports fans all around the world, bro.
You know what? He's right, but at the same time, like right now in these times, we have a voice. And it's so amazing to me how the LDBC, all this social media, not just LDBC, but all this social media when it comes to boxing has such an influence. Now, I have a question for you, Blue Blood. When did you do the interview with Tank? It was Tank and AB.
Oh yeah.
You did that before he called out Lomachenko? Or after?
Josh Taylor? When he called
I
out.
mean, no,
Yeah.
who did AB call out? Josh Taylor? No, who did he call out? I mean, not AB, but Tank. Who did Tank call out?
Yeah, he called out Josh Taylor yesterday.
Okay, when did you do the interview?
I did the interview. Yeah, I did the interview before he did that. Yeah, I turned the phone on and the call came right through.
Oh, okay.
No, I did the interview. I did the interview before he did that.
I'm telling you, it's like a lot of the things that are happening. I'm telling you, you guys, you guys definitely have an influence on these guys. I mean, I'll see like interviews, and then I'll see someone do something, and it's like, what's really going on? But I really think that y'all should definitely keep up with what y'all doing because y'all have such a big influence. And I'm telling you, the reason why these other boxers are not succeeding is because they do not have they don't have us. They don't. Tyson Fury doesn't have us. Lomachenko doesn't have us. Canelo doesn't have us. And he's supposed to be, like you said, the biggest star in boxing. And look at him.
Yep.
He's not. Deontay Wilder is, like you said. I mean, 2-point-something million views for that. Imagine what the fight's gonna get.
Exactly.
But he can't. Black fighters aren't excited. We can't sell any tickets. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay. I don't see Tyson Fury, and that's the reason why they have Tyson Fury in the WWE, because he's looking for an American fan base. That's why Lomachenko, almost every fight that he's had has been in the United States. Yep. Because they're looking for that fan base and they just can't get it.
Salute to the real. Hold on one second, Kurt. Salute to the Real McCoy in the super chat. He said Deontay gonna do better with Juneteenth Day. I agree. Listen, we get Devin Haney and we got Gary Russell. We got plenty of fighters that said they willing to do the Juneteenth Day. Terrence Crawford said he wanted to do it. Errol Smith said he wanted to do it. Sean Porter said he'll do it. Listen, I mean, Floyd Mayweather made those two dates popular. Why not make Juneteenth popular? I'm all for it. But go ahead, Kurt.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about what Ms. Boxing said. See, and this goes over people's heads. See, HBO, when they was getting the Eastern European fighting, and I said it before, I know what they was trying to do. They wanted the Eastern European fans, they thought they was going to have a connection with the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant American fans, and it didn't come off like that. They didn't connect. Golovkin didn't connect, Lomachenko didn't connect, and Tyson Fury didn't connect, because that's what, if they would have had that fan base, they would have been instant stars. Look at Jerry Cooney, never won the title. He was on the front page of Sports Illustrated. Jerry Cooney was real popular. because he connected with the white American fan base. So did Tommy Morrison. He got movies. White Americans didn't mess with them like that. They was like, "You're not one of us. You got the same complexion, but you're not one of us." And remember, Golovkin had the Apple commercial. Fury tried to act a fool, dancing like in the hip hop club. All that didn't work. That's why Lomachenko went to England, because he'd be better off over there, because the United States don't accept him. He only has the hardcore Ukrainian fans. Other than that, it's nothing.
Yep, that's a fact. That's a fact. Hey, y'all could go ahead and call in, man. We open for call-ins. We just gonna cook until y'all call in, man. So y'all could go ahead and call in. I see it. We had 7 missed calls, man, but I wanted y'all to finish your point before, you know, we got to the callers. So y'all could go ahead and open the lines and call in. You know, but yeah, you know, we this is why, you know, these guys, they need to lock in, you know, because you know, not being funny, but the way of old media, that the way they do stuff, that model is over with. It's over with. You know, you would click on YouTube before you go and read an article from Dan Raphael. No disrespect to him and ESPN, but right, you sit. It's easier for me to listen to the news opposed to me reading the news. So if I'm on my way home from work, or I'm at work, or I'm at a wedding, or I'm, you know, I could put my what you call them, my AirPods in, or my Bose, you know, I could put that in, or I could hook it up to my Bluetooth in my car, or my Bluetooth radio, and I could listen to it, and I could continue business as usual. But if I'm reading an article that's written, it's taking time away from. I can't multitask doing that. I have to give my attention to it. But if I'm fixing my bathroom like I'm still doing, and I got my music on, right? I can listen to 7-8. I can listen to Trail Boxer. I can listen to you know, Junior the Truth. You know, I could listen to Miss Boxer. I could listen. You understand what I'm saying? We could listen and continue. It's not disrupting anything, right? I go to watch my 49ers at Applebee's. There's no sound there. There's no sound. So I put my headphones in. I'm watching the game, but I can listen to somebody talking on the live stream. I can listen to the boxing voice. I can listen to so that motto is I can listen to Boxing Ego while I'm there. I'm listening. I'm watching the game. I listen to this dude, Rambo Sports, and he's a 49er fan, and he has a thing. I listen to what he's saying about the game because he's listening to the game. I can't hear it. But you see what I'm saying? That model's over. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Jafari Caesar from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. What up, Blue?
Jafari Caesar, what's shaking with you, man? Yo, listen, do I pronounce your name right when I say Jafari Caesar, man?
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool. It's all good.
All right, but is it the right way though?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Cause you know I don't read that well, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all good, man. But hey, man, I heard you guys talking about Kovalev and Canelo, so it made me think of Kovalev. And I just wanted to say, Blue, man, as much as I like Canelo, I just want Kovalev to knock him out. Reason being, Kovalev, to me, he hasn't dug no smoke. Regardless if he's a racist or whatever, outside the ring, he took on all comers. Canelo, he running from everybody from 160. So to me, I just want Canelo. I want Kovalev to knock Canelo out, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear what you guys think about it. I hope he wins.
Go ahead, Kurt.
You said?
I said you could go ahead, Kurt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that's what you said. No, I like Canelo better than Kovalev, man. You know, I respect Canelo because he's a staunch Muhammad Ali fan. Where he trains, he has this wall, this mural, big old mural of Muhammad Ali. He's one of his biggest fans. So that kind of, you know, I kind of like Canelo. And, you know, but the thing with Charlo, man, you know, be honest, and I asked this question before. If Canelo, and I want to get Miss Boxing, and I want to get Jafari, the chat, you can put the answer, and I want to get Blue. If Canelo fought Charlo this Saturday night, do you really think Charlo can beat Canelo the way he looked against Karpov and Brandon Adams? To me, I don't think so. I mean, being uncomfortable fighting a fighter and fighting them in the ring is two different things. Once you get in the ring, you have no choice but to fight him. But I think Canelo is very uncomfortable with Charlo's aggression and his athleticism. But Charlo is basic. I don't like how he looked the last two fights. He better fight better against Dennis Hogan, or he's going to have a major upset. Dennis Hogan can fight. He beat Munguia, but they gave it to Munguia. If they was to fight this Saturday night, Canelo would knock them out.
What you think?
That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
What you think, Miss Boston?
I agree. I completely agree. I do believe that Canelo beats him. He, like Kurt said, he has to show us a little bit, show us something. He needs a devastating knockout, or he needs to win every round, because it's something going on there. And it's either something going on there or something that was never there. And no, I think Canelo beats him. I think Canelo beats him easy.
I think that fight was a little on short notice. I think that Corbo fight, because I think he was training for someone else, and then, like, I think, if I'm not correct, I think it was 5 days or something like that before the fight. They used him as a substitution, and he wasn't even fighting the southpaw, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he had it was on a short notice, but he did. Then he fought Brandon Adams, and he didn't look good against Brandon Adams.
True.
But to his defense, because I was there, and to his defense though, he did break his hand in that fight, and I saw his hand, immediately afterwards in the press conference, and it was his hand was messed up. So to his defense, go ahead, Kurt.
I want to say this too, because I want to cook on this more. There's one thing that bothered me about both of the Charlos, man, and I like them. I like the way they fight. They're too emotional. You cannot wear your emotions on your sleeve when you're in the ring, especially against a very good opponent. I thought Charlo, and I'm talking about both of Charlos, I'm putting them together because they're both very emotional. When your brother loses and you got to take a shower, you're crying and stuff, and you're highly upset. Just remember how Charlo was looking at the TV when they announced the winner. He looked like he saw a ghost. And against Brandon Adams, he was very basic. And he has to get himself together. He has the ability, but boxing is a lot more than ability. It's a psychological thing, and there's an intangible thing that goes along with that. You can look good against certain opponents, but what happens when you're on a big stage? See, that's the thing. You're going to do a Danny Jacobs. Your temperament, even though I think Charlo's temperament is a lot different than Jacobs. But I'm not confident in Charlo like I used to be. I just don't like what I'm seeing. He's not fighting. He looked very basic. If he doesn't look good against Dennis Hogan, I'm going to jump all the way off the bandwagon. So, even Charlo against Harrison, that's not a gimme for Charlo. What if Charlo runs into that big right hand by Tony Harrison? The reason I'm saying Jamal and Jamel, they are too emotional. You have to be comfortable in the ring. When you look at the best fighters that boxing ever produced, they had a high skill set, but they was comfortable in the ring.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I don't like the fact that he just said, Demetrius Andrade is he didn't say that. I don't know if he said that. Because I didn't see him. I heard people talking about it. I know that his trainer said that Demetrius Andrade ain't worth the fight. But then I hear people say that Jamal said that Demetrius Andrade is a nobody. I mean, he's a somebody because he's a WBO champion. So to say he's a nobody is like ridiculous because he's the WBO champion. I can't really elaborate on that because I didn't hear him say that. I'm just going off of what people said that he said. So I didn't hear him actually say that. But if he did say that, I want to say like You can't say he's a nobody because he's the WBO champion. And if it's about your legacy, then you need to capture that WBO belt because you need to be unified. And that's the fastest way to be unified because you're not going to get an opportunity in Canelo Alvarez because Canelo Alvarez and his trainer, Reynos, just came out and stated that they have little to slim to no interest in going back down. And that if they beat Sergey Kovalev, they're going to go the route of facing Artur Beterbiev. So what's the odds of you landing that fight? And it's very clear that he's not going to get the Gennady Golovkin fight. So, you know, hey, but Jafar, we got to get to the next call, okay, bro?
That's cool. Salute, Blue.
I appreciate you, King. Don't be a stranger. You already know. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Blue? This is McCoy, St. Louis, baby.
Salute. Hold on 1 second. Just hold your thought for 1 second, my brother. Let Kurt just finish cooking on this point. Go ahead, Kurt.
I want to say something real quick. Salute, caller. Adari T saying that I don't like Earl or Charlo. No, I love them. I'm a big fan, but I'm not going to give the keys to the car because they have to prove themselves. And it's different when a guy like that. Now, Earl proven he's a unified champion, but Charlo, you know, and he did it on a big stage, you know, but I'm not going to give these guys the keys to the car. They got to prove themselves. I can name many fighters who I thought was going to be the star in boxing, and they never fulfilled their dreams. So, you know, more on that later.
Yeah, I mean, too many people take it out of content that because you critique a fighter, it's perceived as you don't like the fighter. No, it's called constructive criticism. But go ahead, my brother. McCoy, what's good with you, King? How you feeling?
Oh, man, good. Peace and blessings to the whole LGBT family, man. I'm fuck with you.
Yes, sir. Peace and blessings to you, King.
Thank you. I just wanted to say, man, I really can't respect Canelo when the steroid shit come about. His name kind of like with John Jones. I'm going away a little bit with MMA. I can't really respect them guys because, like you said, Blue, your family gave his life to the sport of boxing. And when you going in here putting shit in your system to where you being inhuman versus human, I mean, it's like, I can't respect and honor that, though. So that's why I'd rather see Kovalev win. I mean, it's one racist to another racist. One boy acting like he can't speak English, and they putting out propaganda that he got more views than the American champion, Deontay the Bronze Bomber, Wilder. So,
hey, and I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you just brought that up, brother, because you know what? I just watched a complete interview, right? And I'm glad you just brought that up because I'm glad I was about to forget about that, and thank you because I just watched a complete interview with Canelo Alvarez, right? And the reporter is talking to him in English, and he clearly understands what she says. He clearly understands, right? And so then he's shaking his head. You can tell from his body language that he knows exactly what she's saying, right? And then he lets the translator do the talking.
Correct.
So he clearly know English.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, and one thing that they don't seem to get is these white supremacists. One thing that they don't like is somebody who's culturally based. You coming over here acting like you don't speak English. You coming over here throwing up this Mexican flag. Well, people really ain't gonna be messing with you for real. They hate that they got to mess with Deontay, but like Kurt said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So they'll talk that shit, but when they go home, they turning that motherfucker on Fox.
Yep.
See Deontay, see what he got to say.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Peace. I'll see you tomorrow, bro.
All right, brother. Appreciate you.
I gotta finish doing this plumbing. I told you I'm from St. Louis, man. You need me to come up to help you with that bathroom. I saw you in the rest.
Yeah. Hey, grinding, man. I got listen, tomorrow morning I'm gonna show y'all some updates on it, man.
Look, Blue, I might need him. I'm like 15 minutes away from St. Louis.
I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this shit for 20 years, man. I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm 37 years old. I started when I was 17.
Hey,
okay.
Inbox Miss Boxing on Instagram and Miss Boxing.
I do that, man. Oh, Blue, I told you we was in Texas.
Yes, sir.
I don't really do the you know, I can't really.
Yeah.
You know, I need a secretary, man.
Yeah. Me too,
man,
bro. I listen. I got my kids, bro. That's my secretaries.
You got 9, bro.
Yeah.
You got 9.
Yeah.
Got 2. Mine 10 and 7.
Yeah. My kids do everything for me, man. I appreciate you, champ. Yes, sir. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
You know what this is, baby. This is Drew Titan, Bronx on deck.
Oh, we in the building. What's shaking with you, King?
My brother, Drew, what's good?
Ain't nothing.
Kurt, Miss Boxing, how are you?
I'm doing good, Drew. How are you?
I'm good. Salute to the mighty LDBC. Salute to the chat.
My brother Drew Titan in the building. Hey, guys. See, there go my kids right there. There go the kids. guys, do me a favor. Relax, all right? Thank you. Yep,
I'm gonna keep it calm because it's not after midnight. You know, I usually call Fred up. You know, when I'm a little aggravated.
Yeah, he got the quiet storm. He got the quiet storm going over there.
Yeah.
Uncensored.
But I did get into an in-depth conversation with some pro Canelo guys in this chat. You know, the whole discussion about steroids, you know, and their way of deflecting because, you know, Fred didn't put him, I believe, in, basically what we're saying is, once you get caught cheating, I mean, you shouldn't be in the pound for pound rankings.
Right.
You shouldn't be on your list.
Right.
So then, you know, the people, they start talking about, well, 3 guys in particular, you know, I don't want to talk bad about them because they were respectful, you know, they were saying, well, you know, what about Roy Jones and then Holyfield, James Toney? But, you know, I asked some of the cats, I'm like, you know, how old were you guys in the 90s? I don't know, I was in my 20s. How old was you guys? You know, and, you know, they were lying. You know, I was 20, you know, they was lying, but I could tell how they were talking. One of the things that Fred pointed out before I could type it was that Roy Jones, he popped dirty, but it was something that was sold over the counter from GNC. You know, so also if I remember correctly, I think that was against the Eric Harding, and Eric Harding also popped dirty. I believe it was Eric Harding. He popped dirty also, so they just went ahead, and then they figured it out later. I don't know what Harding had in his system, but it was proven what Roy had in his system was over the counter from GNC. But my point in bringing that up is, you know, let's hold these guys accountable. You know, this guy Dillian White, well, you know, let me touch on Canelo for a second. Pause. Canelo, for the amount of whatever he had in his system, right?
It was clenbuterol.
Clenbuterol. I spoke to someone about that. He would have to have had eaten an entire cow, not just some dirty meat off the street. So he knowingly took this. Now, this is a guy in Golovkin who he said he could beat, who I thought he could beat, who he did beat. But he knowingly took that before he fought that man. So, like Golovkin or not, to me, that's damn near attempted murder, man. That's attempted murder. Dillian White with this D-ball. That's attempted murder, man. And where's that B sample at? We ain't gonna get it. So how does this relate to Wilder? You know, I would love to see what would happen if Wilder got caught with D-ball in his system. I mean, hell, when they thought he got caught with weed, remember how they was throwing him under the bus?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So it's really, I really don't take any of this personal anymore because it's not about these cats being fair about the sport of boxing. It's about who they like and who they don't like. AJ could do no wrong. Canelo could do no wrong. You know what I mean? And these cats just don't hold anyone accountable. I actually had a conversation. Me and Trick Nolte, we had a call with, we spoke to Randall Bailey today. And it was a very informative conversation, man. He told us some stuff that we, you know, us as fans on the outside looking in, we would just not even think about. You know, and you know, guys, we really, if you call yourself unbiased, man, just look at what's happening. There's no way to justify guys like Dillian White. There's no way to justify the actions of Canelo Alvarez. There's no way to justify Oscar De La Hoya. There's no way to justify it, man. You know, look at things. Look at things with an unbiased eye, because what I see coming from fans and how they troll our pages, it's beyond disgusting now. These guys aren't even fans.
No, they're not.
Their purpose is just to disrupt. That's all they are. And you can't disrupt something that has a strong foundation. We are the LDBC. Get to know it. You know what I'm saying? Either roll with us or get rolled over. And when we roll over you, we're not even going to acknowledge you. You're a gnat flying around the cow's ass. You're nothing. I ain't going to turn up, though. I ain't going to turn up.
Oh, good, brother.
Turn up. You know what I mean? But I just thought that needed to be said, man. I just thought it needed to be said.
No, it's a fact.
You know what I mean? And I'm about to get out here and go back to the gym. Yeah, man. So, yo, when you free, you hit me up on that Sunday, man. We're going to get that show popping, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This Sunday, I should definitely be free because last Sunday I was on the phone with the general for
Yes.
trying to handle
I'm have the
something.
heavy hitters on there. We're gonna talk about how to build mass in that gym, man.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Yo, one love and shout out to the LDBC.
Yes, sir.
This boxing. One love. Everybody
Yes, sir.
move.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Yes, sir. And can I say something right quick?
Absolutely.
That show that he had. Oh, I'm sorry.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Blue. It's LC, Dallas, right?
What's shaking? Do me a favor. Can you just hold on 1 second and let Miss Boxing finish cooking on her point real quick?
Yeah, it's just one little thing. If y'all haven't been over there to see Drew Titan and New Fat Boy Fitness show, y'all have to get over there because it will make you feel something. Especially, I mean, you may be healthy and you may be good to go, but I'm sure that you have somebody that's not. I'm telling you, it will make you feel something. So I definitely recommend going over, subscribing to Drew Titan, and checking out his show on Saturdays.
Yeah, definitely. Go subscribe to Drew Titan, man. Go subscribe. Click on his he was in the chat, right? I'm sure he was in the chat. Click on his icon and subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to his channel. Go ahead. What's your name? Where you calling from?
LT, big LT.
Big LT. What's shaking with you? Salute to Dallas, man.
Bro.
Dallas, Texas, man.
Well, been there.
Same old.
Salute, Miss Boxing, Kurt Sugar.
Salute.
Hello, bro.
Man, my question was, man, I don't see why the hell Canelo, why the heck Canelo jumped the whole division 168, fought one fighter and jumped to 175. I feel like he jumped up there because, not to be, racist and anything, but 175 is obviously full of Europeans. And he feel like he can take it, he'll have easier fights up there against the Europeans than trying to get outboxed by Caleb Plant, and obviously he's not gonna fight no other Hispanics and Benavidez, you know what I mean, and Billy Joe Saunders, and potentially Jamal Charlo jumping up right behind him on his tail. You know what I mean? I don't think that. I think it was something up to that, man. I don't see how he jumped that whole division to go fight Kovalev at 175, and he's 5'6", man, 5'6".
Yeah, listen, I believe this is my thought. My thoughts is this. I think that the pressure's off. There's no pressure. He's in a win-win situation. If he lose, he was supposed to lose. If he win, he's going to get praise to the heavens. So I think that, but if he lose to Demetrius Andre, if he lose to Jamal Charlo, if he lose to Billy Joe Saunders, if he lose a trilogy match with Gennady Golovkin, it's more at stake. Your career take a hit. People going to look at you different, right? It's just like I used to say about Mikey Garcia and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford was in and around his weight class, right? He didn't want to fight Terrence Crawford. He said that Terrence Crawford's style was boring, so on and so forth. But he jumped up to fight Errol Spence. And the reason he went up there to fight Errol Spence because he was in a win-win situation. He lost bad. He was supposed to lose bad. If he looked good, well, you know what? Errol Spence got exposed. He wasn't going to get no blame. Right now, he's still a candidate to land the Manny Pacquiao fight. So, because he was in a win-win situation. And I think this is the same situation. Canelo Alvarez loses badly to Demetrius Andre. He gets outclassed by Demetrius Andre. He gets outclassed by Billy Joe Saunders. He gets outclassed or knocked out by Jamal Charlo. guess what? His career, his legacy going to take a hit because everybody going to say, see, we told you. But if he gets knocked out by Sergey Kovalev, it's going to be, well, he jumped up 2 weight classes. Look how big Kovalev is. You so it's a built-in excuse already. What you think, Kurt?
Absolutely, man. You know, certain fighters get a pass, you know, like Mikey Garcia. They are like he never lost. They are like Vasyl Lomachenko never lost. You know, Mikey Garcia, like, you know, oh, well, you know, he jumped up 2 weight classes, even though he fought at 140 3 different times. Now, if Earl Spence have a hard fight with Sean Porter, people were saying, oh, he got exposed. That's Sean Porter. And he was in a rough and tough fight, man. You know, first they say he couldn't box. He outboxed Mikey. Then they say, oh, he did knock out a guy that came from the lightweight division. So it's you know, if Deontay Wilder go 12 rounds with Luis Ortiz, they're gonna be like, oh, he's slipping, man. He couldn't knock out an old man. You know, with certain fighters, man, black fighters, is always the bar is set real high for us, man. You know, if we box, we say, oh, we didn't knock him out. If we knock him out, we don't know if we can box. So, you know, it's just I don't pay no attention to certain fans, man. But like you said, Canelo lose, oh, Kovalev was a lot bigger. See, that weight thing is funny because maybe he just wasn't good enough. When a fighter jump up in weight, you know, because I've done seen smaller fighters beat a big fighter. I've done seen it many times because he was good enough. When that don't happen, that means he wasn't good enough. He couldn't get the job done, like Prograde did last week. He just he couldn't get the job done. Right. You know, but you know, so there's always, you know, certain fighters can always have a mattress to fall back on to break their fall when they lose.
Yes, it's just like Floyd Mayweather, right? And Errol Spence. Floyd Mayweather fought Juan Manuel Marquez. He was a little guy, but size wasn't what won that fight. It was the skills. Errol Spence just beat Mikey Garcia from pillar to post, round 1 through 12. But it wasn't the size; it was the skill set, you know. But Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo Alvarez, and if he would have lost that fight, they would have said nothing about his age being 37 years of age. They would have said nothing about him being a way smaller man. Canelo Alvarez was 20-something pounds heavier than him. You know, that wouldn't have never came into play. But Floyd Mayweather wins the fight, and all they talk about is he was supposed to win, and Canelo was green. And they act like Canelo Alvarez didn't even lose that fight. Ms. Boston, let me ask you what you think about why is Canelo Alvarez choosing to jump up all these weight classes, 2 weight classes, to face Kovalev, opposed to facing the meaningful fights in his own division?
I agree with both of you. If he does lose this fight, like you said, there's an excuse. He jumped up two weight classes. It's just like if he, like the loss with Mayweather, it's an excuse. It was Mayweather. But if any of these the other ones beat him, there's no excuse. There's nothing he can say at all. There's nothing anybody can say. But it's like his career now, you know, we all know that in the beginning of his career, because he has like 40-something fights, it's the same thing. They put him on this little special path. They're trying to write his legacy, you know, in a way that the fans are going to believe it. But we don't believe it. I know I don't believe it. It's just, I don't think, because he doesn't want to fight those fighters, those Charlos and Andre. He doesn't want to fight them, and he also said he doesn't want to fight any Mexicans. And he said that maybe almost a year ago. And I really want to see if he ever fights another Mexican, because he said it. He said, I'm not fighting any more Mexicans. So it's really funny the way that they're painting this picture. But I'm not the type of fan that says I want a certain person to win or lose or whatever. But I don't want him to win this fight. But I think he is going to win this fight.
And then, you know, I feel like, you know, they don't want him to lose to another black fighter at the same time. And then I heard BSTV saying earlier that he chose Kovalev because Andre Ward already broke him. Like, what the hell is that, man?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You know, it's like he has a built-in excuse already. But you see, like when it comes down to who do I prefer, my preference of winning this fight, I prefer Canelo Alvarez to win. Why? Because Sergey Kovalev is his disdain for the African American is just like it's just blatant. You know, I don't even know how he gets guys to even like Buddy McGirt and John David Jackson. I don't even know how they work with him. And then on top of that, look at his actions towards women. Like how do like. And it's like this is not even happening, you know. Like, and you can look at Kathy Duva as she's in the presence of Kovalev, and she looks uncomfortable. She looks uncomfortable in his presence. But you know what? That's her meal ticket right now. There's nobody else on main event, so that's her meal ticket. But just look at Kathy Duva, how she move and her body language when in his presence. She's not comfortable, and that's not a coincidence. You know what I'm saying? So you know when it comes down to that, you know, my preference is, you know, I would much rather have Canelo win when it comes to that. But you know, when I look at the fight itself, and no bias, no, you know, no dog in the race, I just think that Canelo Alvarez skill set matches up perfect to what the weaknesses of Sergey Kovalev currently. So you know, but if you look at what Canelo and his trainer said. When Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andre fight each other, you might as well go ahead because Canelo ain't even coming back down. They just said that they have no interest in coming back down the weight, and they want to face Arthur Beterbiev if they win this fight. He's a 175 pounder, so that means that he ain't going back. And if he fights another fight at 175, it's over. He's definitely never going past 168. You could believe that. It's over. If he fights another fight and if he beats Beterbiev, oh, he's definitely not. He's going to feel himself because, I mean, they recognize as the two best fighters at 175 right now. So if he beats both of them, forget it. For what? Why go back down? So they never going to get those fights.
But if he loses, Blue, what do you think he's gonna go then? Where do we go from there?
If he loses, he's gonna go. It's gonna be worse if he loses because then he's gonna go on a campaign of rebuilding himself. He definitely ain't gonna fight them then. It's over. So they in a lose-lose situation. So they might as well go ahead and Demetrius Andrade already put Gennady Golovkin on the spot. He got in the ring with him. They didn't even want to allow Demetrius Andrade in the ring with him, but he got in the ring with him. And he put him on the spot, you know, but yet, still in all, because they get a pass, he's saying that he's going to fight somebody totally different if he can't get Canelo Alvarez. Now, here's the kicker about this. Gennady Golovkin has never moved up in weight and never moved down, right? And he said that he no reason, no point for him to do so. Now, Canelo Alvarez has moved up in weight. Is he going to chase him up in weight? And if he does, then there we have another door opening for us to put pressure on Gennady Golovkin. Because why didn't you fight Andre Ward? If you could jump up these weight classes and fight Canelo Alvarez or anybody else, then why didn't you jump up there that one weight class and fight Andre Ward? And indirectly, Canelo Alvarez is putting Gennady Golovkin's career and legacy to shame. He's slowly but surely, you know, just cutting pieces off and bringing Gennady Golovkin legacy down and down and down. If he jumps up and beats Sergey Kovalev at 175 and then beats Beterbiev at 175 and Gennady Golovkin, who's clearly bigger than Canelo Alvarez, clearly, and pushed to fight him, right? And regardless if you thought he won the first fight, you thought it was a draw, you thought he won the second fight, the fights was close enough that Canelo Alvarez could have got the nod. So that means, Gennady, you stayed there and you had the more talent because at the time when he was campaigning, there was more notable names at 68. You had Carl Froch, you had Chad Dawson, you had you know, all these dudes, Mikkel Kessler, you know, Andre Ward won the Super 6 tournament against all these dudes, right? And those notable names there that he could have fought, and he didn't fight any of them. He stayed put. And now Canelo Alvarez is indirectly affecting Gennady Golovkin's career. Am I right, Kurt?
You're exactly right. Canelo has a blueprint. I'm going to tell you what it is. the Rocky Fieldings, the Beterbiev, the Kovalev. You know, Beterbiev is very strong, but don't underestimate Canelo. He knows what he's doing. He's fighting these guys for a reason. He's going to stay away from the athleticism guys who can move around the ring. That's his kryptonite. That's his kryptonite. The Andrade is a terrible matchup, and the Billy Joe Saunders is a terrible matchup for Canelo. So he wants to fight a guy who's big, strong, ponderous, lumbering. You know, the typical Eastern European fighter who can't get out the way of punches. That's who Canelo is. So don't be surprised when he beats Kovalev and he fights Beterbiev, because now it's going to make him look good. Because if he's Beterbiev is a hot fighter, but when I match up the styles, you know, Beterbiev is slow, can be outboxing. You know, Canelo has a great upper body movement. It takes intelligence to beat a guy like Canelo in athleticism. And that style doesn't transcend. That Eastern European style is not going to carry over when you fight a Canelo Alvarez, because now he fights like an American fighter. Canelo is very smart. I see what he's doing. His style, Canelo's style, that is, will not transcend when you fight a Lara or a Mayweather or Andrade or Sanders. All those fighters I named have very good footwork, and that's what he don't want.
And you know what, Kurt? Bernard came out and said he had traded all the power and all that other extra stuff for Canelo's intelligence. Like, I mean, just like you saying that, that's exactly what I feel like he's doing as far as diet and all that.
Bernard Hopkins said he'll trade in his skill set for Canelo Alvarez. Mine?
Yeah. In the interview on the AP Boxing News, he'll trade all that in for Canelo's intelligence.
Meanwhile, Bernard Hopkins had one of the highest ring IQs the sport of boxing has ever seen. You see what I'm saying? Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, is he serious? Is he serious? Whose ring IQ was higher than Bernard Hopkins in the ring? He could match him with the best of them. With the best of them. And he got the nerve to say he would trade that in for Canelo's. Oh man.
He's trying to sell Canelo to us. That's all he's doing. He don't believe that.
Yeah, he don't.
Yeah, he don't believe that. Caping. But just the mere fact of him saying it in the public, like, for what?
Right.
It's not necessary. I mean, Canelo at this point in time is already sold to the public. He can't get no bigger. That's it. He's hit his ceiling. He ain't getting no bigger. Hey, but we gotta get to the next caller, right, bro?
I got one more thing. I know this is off topic, but last couple of weeks ago, on that Earl Spence thing, man, I called ESPN and asked them, you know, why did they post the stuff on there about Earl Spence's DUI stuff and not report Kovalev's abuse case and all that? You know what they told me?
What's that?
They told me that that's nice to know about Kovalev. That's nice to know. That's nice to know, but they basically saying they didn't care. You know, they like, oh well, that's nice to know, but you know, they're not gonna do nothing about it or something like that. I'm like, well, come on, man, that's messed up, man. That's really messed up, man.
Yeah, and like you said, you see, they ain't report on that. But even more, they ain't even really report on the accident itself. But they quick to report on why he had the accident. You see what I'm saying?
Right. But all right, salute to the WBC in chat, man.
Salute to you, King. Appreciate you, man. Don't be a stranger.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? This is why we are necessary. This is why y'all got to hit the like button. This is why y'all got to share these videos, right? They didn't report on the accident, but they quick to report on why he had the accident. What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's your boy Top King of Love.
Oh,
Bill Slugger.
What's shaking? What's shaking?
Miss Boxing, salute to the Lions, Miss Boxing.
Salute.
Sugar, aka Kareem, aka the historian. Brick City stand up. Miss Boxing, are you okay? We gotta be checking on you, you know what I'm saying? Word on the street, you had a little mishap, you know, and we better, make sure our lioness, our LDB sister is good. Are you okay?
I'm good. It was the first time I ever had a blowout before, but It was a little scary, but yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. And look, hey, Blue, you can see Miss Black, Miss Box was over there. Started trouble over there on True Boxing earlier, man, with Omega Red.
Oh, I ain't even see it, man.
Yeah, Omega Red, super chat, shout out to Miss Box and all this stuff. You know, they got on him over there. Dude, they got Miss Box, so they got on him today.
I gotta go. I rewatched Trill tonight, man.
You trying to bring light skin brothers back? They have me cracking.
They trying to bring him back. Yeah, I saw. Chris Broussard. Yeah, he was talking about that because they was getting at him because he was campaigning for Steph Curry, and they was like, "Man, you just doing that because you light skin."
Wow.
Yeah, he started rumbling on. Yeah, I like Zach Levine, and I like this. I'm like, man, this dude here, boy.
Hey, listen, check this out. I'm gonna dig deep with Kurt real quick, and then I'm going
to drive. King, hold on 1 second. And we got 406 people watching, and we don't even have 150 likes.
Hey, y'all dead wrong. Y'all better smash that like button.
Come on, man. Smash the like button.
Yo, smash that like button, man. For real, y'all playing. Y'all, come on, y'all already know the etiquette. When y'all come in, smash the like button. And then get to the chat or call it or whatever y'all gotta do. Y'all know y'all gotta show my man Blue, Miss Boxing, and Kirk some respect over here. They bringing it to it. They giving us good content, good dialogue. Come on, y'all playing with this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But listen, I'm watching the throwback fight. This is what y'all think about this. I was watching the throwback fight, and I was, like Sweet Pea's like, from the heart. Is one of my favorite fighters. He's in my top 3, actually. Him, Tyson Ali. Those are my top 3. This is his mind, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, Sweet Pea, I watched him, the throwback fight with him and Roger Mayweather, the Black Mamba. Yo, listen. That fight right there really showed me how great Sweet Pea was then, and even later in his career, but he showed me, because, at the one time, Roger Mayweather was feared in that division. You know what I'm saying? He was destroying people in that division. And Sweet Pea went in there and made Roger Mayweather look like an amateur boxer, man. Even though Roger Mayweather was getting busy, but he made him really look like an amateur boxer. This was his skill set in defense. And RIP to the great Sweet Pea for Whitaker, man. But what y'all pay attention to that fight? Have y'all went down memory lane and checked that fight out lately or whatever? They just had it on on ESPN Classics. I was just doing a little drive-by. Y'all seen that fight later? Y'all remember that fight? You want to speak about it?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it too. I know what you're talking about. Go ahead, Kurt.
That's a great fight. That's an underrated fight, the King, man, that nobody talks about, man, because remember, Pernell got hurt because Roger Mayweather had this move where he stood his ground and he moved the shoulders back and hit Pernell with that fear right hand. He had a real good right hand.
Yeah, it's right here.
He knocked Pernell down, and Pernell was hurt. That for that round, man, he gathered himself. Pernell had a lot of heart, man. It was a lit crowd, man. It was back and forth action. That's a very underrated fight, man. So I'm glad you brought that up, bro.
Right. What you think, Miss Boxer? Did you pitch? You did a drive-by and watch that fight lately, or you familiar with it?
Actually, I did go back and watch that fight, and shout out to Blood Boxing, because when he did his documentary, he showed a few clips of it, and I had to go back and watch it, and it definitely was a good fight. And even though he Sweet Pea dominated the fight pretty much, it was still a really, really good fight. But like I said, shout out to Blood Boxing, because he's the reason why I actually went back and watched it. And if you haven't seen that documentary that Blood Boxing has on Sweet Pea, go ahead and check that out too.
Yeah, Blood. That's my blood brother, man. Blood Boxing, man.
Shout out to Blood. That was a great documentary series he did on Sweet Pea. That right there, I was just like, like I said, I'm a huge Sweet Pea fan, and I respect Floyd, because Floyd said he really, that was like, disrespect to his family or whatever. That was his favorite, his idol, you know what I'm saying, growing up. And you can see Floyd pattern himself after Sweet Pea Soul, trying to, and he, like I said, Floyd, outside of Sweet Pea, and Tony, my man, James Tony, like they defenses was just so different. Like, you know what I mean? And you know, they said that they was just special fighters. You know what I'm saying? But for Floyd to say, you know, that was his idol when he patted himself like Sweet Pea, that was, you know, that was a big up to Floyd for that one. I mean, he paid attention and did his homework, and you know, he studied. You know, he's a student of the game. You know, I just was still doing my little drama, just throwing a little something out there, man.
Yes, sir.
Get everything going on, man. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here. I'm just doing a little drama. And one love to the LDBC, you know, and I'm checking in, man, as usual.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, talking a little boxing with you, you know, my family right here. And one love and just checking on Miss Boxer, make sure she was good and everything. Glad the lioness is back in the building and she's safe. And,
I appreciate it.
You know, we ain't got a lot of queens over here, so y'all, you know, we treasure y'all and we protect y'all. That's what we do, you know, over here at LDBC. You understand?
Yes,
so
sir.
one love to y'all, man. I just want to do one little shout outs, man. Blue, man, you know, like I said, you got my number now.
Yes, sir.
Like you said, you know, you got it. So, you know, next time you coming down, you said I'm moving on the first. So, you know, once I get settled in, man, you know, we gonna hit people in and let you know, yo, listen, it's on. Y'all come on through, and we're gonna do it real big. You know what I'm saying? The month of December, I'm trying to set something up, little housewarming / get together. So,
for sure,
you know,
let's make it happen.
Look forward to that. And a lot of fights coming up in that month too, so we're gonna get busy. You heard?
Yes, sir. Let's make it happen.
All right, hey. Shout out to the LGBTC, the whole chat, man. One love, Talk King, and I'm out.
Peace.
Yo, salute.
Peace.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
You already know, Blue Blood, Matt Valentine, Brick City, Jersey going. How you feeling, bro?
Brother, my brother, Matthew Valentine in the building. What's good with you? What's shaking?
Man, this show, man, is fire from as far to the east as to the west, man. I'm telling you, this show is fire, man.
Appreciate you.
You know, congrats to Miss Boxing, Miss Big Kurt, and to you, Blue Blood.
Appreciate you.
Rocking. Yeah, man, I'm listening, man. You know, no excuses. But like, wow, I mean, the amount of knowledge and information, man, and love that we have here for the boxing game is just infinite, man. It's unlimited, man. But this is my issue. I'm listening to Kurt. I'm listening to all this information we have every night. I'm listening to the details of the conversations, to the analysis that we have with great fighters like Canelo, as opposed to, you know, Andrade and then Charlo. But they got built-in excuses, man. I mean, they always have built-in excuses. But this is what I teach. The mainstream media, okay, and all the mainstream advocates when it comes to boxing, when it comes to certain fighters, man, they support them unconditionally. They support them regardless of whether it's right or whether it's wrong. Why do we, as Black analysts, fans, supporters, media, LDPC, and otherwise, new media, and all of our affiliates, why do we always have to take a certain position to be fair? And why do we always have to take a certain position to be, you know, unbiased when it comes to our situations? I mean, like, look, I support everything LDPC. I support everything to support our Black fighters. Understanding the situation, understanding how you know, boxing has been marginalized, been filled with racism forever, man. You know, I'm almost 50 years old, man. I've been watching boxing since I was like 3. You know what I mean? And it's always remained the same. But as soon as we get in a position to affect things, we always have to take a stand that, we got to be fair. You know, like, look, it is what it is. The only way that we're gonna make the bar move, man, is if we push it. Like, and like Ms. Boxing said, like, I've never seen any other time when we as fans and we as the LCC have been able to impact the sport and move the wave like we have, man. It's untraditional. It's unbelievable. So I'm just saying, man, keep doing what you're doing. You know, hey, look, we're doing the best that we can to support our fighters. You know what I mean? But if they don't take part in the movement, man, then there's nothing we can do. But I don't make any excuses, man, for people like Canelo and Triple G and all the things that they get away from, man. The minute that our fighter, like the minute that Charlo or somebody says we're gonna fall back and step back and do what we want to do, we start hearing things like duck, you know, being concerned about petty things that are being said. The bottom line is that they're not gonna let Canelo fight anybody who he might lose to. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to put him at risk of losing to anybody. It doesn't matter if he goes to fight the heavyweight fight tonight. It doesn't matter. We keep it. So let's keep it gangster. Let's keep it real. Mm-hmm. We're talking around issues sometimes, man. We're talking about, this guy. Look, I don't know for sure, Kurt, if Charlo fights Canelo this weekend, if Charlo loses? I don't know. Let's see the fight. So, but we know it ain't gonna happen. We know it's not gonna happen, man. You know, because they're gonna protect their interests with their lives, man. I don't care about. At the end of the day, now I don't want this to be, you know, a contradiction, but listen. At the end of the day, what did Bob just do? He just went to the WBC in Mauricio and bought a franchise, trophy or whatever it is, mythical name, whatever it is. He just went and purchased that. You know, he went and purchased that. Like, what else are we gonna do? He just bought his way out of a fight because he knows he didn't want to fight David Haney. And whether the fighter, whether it was Lomo who wanted to fight or not, I think Lomo as a fighter would fight. But Bob and Top Rank and all the upper execs in boxing, they're gonna protect their interests. So I guess, you know, basically, you know, and part of my statement, man, is filled with some emotion and then, like, you know, it has steadfast facts because it is what it is. But at the end of the day, man, I wish there was a way. I wish there was a way that we can confront these boxing execs and make them do the right thing, man. But as I know for sure, like, boxing has always been infiltrated by racism and politics. You know what I mean? So keep doing what you're doing. I love this, man. You know, I mean, this show's fire, man. Just keep doing what you do, man. We are affecting the game. I agree with that 100%. You know, but it's hard not to get emotional about this boxing game. I love boxing, bro. You know, and it's just so hard not to be emotional about it. But, man, we always want the best to fight the best. And we always want, you know, our own to do good. We should not have to make excuses for supporting our own, man. Mm-hmm. They've been doing it since the beginning of time. And I just get irritated, man, when we have to, like, take a step back and take a step to the side, you know, to be fair, you know, when we're talking about the real issues of the game, man. Like, Blue, you and Kurt and others, y'all know a lot of stuff on the inside game of this. You know a lot of stuff, man, that we don't know in general. So you already know, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm grateful for taking the position that we take. Hashtag LDC, hashtag bomb squad, you know, hashtag Lions Only, man, and always hashtag man down for life.
Salute. All right? Salute to you, brother.
Thanks for letting me take the time.
Matthew, Brick City, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Hey, Kurt, man, I love for you, man. We're gonna build up soon, man. Like, I'm not sure what you're doing over the winter, man, but like, let's try to get to the Charlo fight, man. It's nothing at all, all right? So,
hey, like, I'm with you, man. Hey, we can do that, right, man. Just let me know. Do you got my information?
No, I never did. Believe it or not, man, I never did get
that. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. I'm put my email in the chat right now.
Okay, and I'm gonna subscribe right now. Okay. All right, Blue, bro, we love you, man. Blue, you
appreciate you.
You're killing it, Blue. You're killing the game, man. You all over the universe, bro.
I appreciate you,
man. Look, I was talking to my wife the other day. We was listening to you when you were out in Reading. My wife said, she called me Val for short, Valentine. She said, Val. She said, is Blue Bug still married? I said, yeah. She said, his wife allowed him to do all that? I said, Blue Bug is the top of the universe right now, man. His wife got his back. It's all over, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Yeah, the wife.
Right, welcome, Miss Boxing. You know, good to hear you. I've never heard you really kick it before. Like, you got the boxing knowledge and everything, so keep doing the thing. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We got y'all's back and support, man, no matter what. All right.
Appreciate you.
Brick City out. Peace.
Yes, sir. Hey, do me a favor, man. I want everybody, we got 450 people watching. We got 170 likes and we got 450 people watching. And another thing, go subscribe to Miss Boxing. Go subscribe to her channel. Let's get her over 1,000 subs, man. Go subscribe to Miss Boxing channel right now. Go subscribe to Miss Boxing. Click on her icon and go subscribe to her channel.
Thank you, Blue.
You already know. And smash that like button, man. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Bun South D-Town. What's up with you?
Bun South D-Town. What's shaking with you, King?
Man, I can't call it, man. It's no booty on my end.
Yes, sir.
Man, I want to cook on this here, man. I'm gonna say just Miss Boxing and Kurt. I want to say what's up to y'all. How y'all doing?
Salute, doing good. Thank you. How are you?
All right, Blue. I got a couple things I want to kick off. First, I want to cook on this Tank Davis calling out Josh Taylor. Some say he's clout chasing, some say whatever, but
Mikey Garcia called out Earl Spence for like I think a year or two. Everybody said he was shot to one serious. Earl Spence laughed. At the same time, he bypassed on
you cut out. You was cutting out, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna start over. Okay. Mikey Garcia called out Earl Spence, and everybody said he wasn't serious. Earl Spence laughed at him, but he got in there and got that smoke with Earl Spence. And at the same time, he passed up Lomachenko to fight Earl Spence. So I feel everybody should give Tank a pass if he want to fight Josh Taylor. We won't know until only time will tell if he's really serious. So if he want to go up in there and get that money and fight and try to win, I got more power to him. Cause I look at him as taking pretty boy Floyd route. He'll fight. He'll beat people that a lot of people think he shouldn't beat to just get his status up there high and going up in there. You know what I'm saying, to make more money later. So, but.
You was cutting out, bro. Say it again.
Hello.
Yeah, we can.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I talked about Mikey. Did y'all hear that part?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, I just want to say about the Charlo. Okay, Charlo, Earl Spence had a tough fight with Sean Porter.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody know how Sean Porter is. We okay, that's Sean Porter. He have tough fights with everybody. Okay, we gonna give him a pass, even though it was a tough fight. I'm from down. I ride with Earl Spence. I ride with all the fighters, really. Wasn't for sure, but at the same time, I want Kirk asked a question about: do we think if Jamal Charlo fight Canelo tomorrow night, whatever night, would he win? Being that whatever we think, if he'll win or not, we all know it's a good fight. We want to see the fight. I don't want to base it off of how he looked in his last two fights, or if he will win. For me as a fan to want to see a good fight, I want to see a good fight just to see who wins, because I know it's a good fight. And at the same time, we know Canelo has been ducking his brother and giving up belts not to fight his brother, but Canelo still get praise like he ain't the, you know what I'm saying? He ain't the one that's ducking. So I know Charlo got an attitude and all that stuff, but what he looked in his last two fights. But if we're gonna judge him off how he looked in his last two fights, we gotta throw out the whole saying that style may fight. Because you gotta say that Carball, he a tough cookie. He got arithmetic and movement. He got southpaw. Canelo and Triple G has been ducking that gentleman. And Jamal Charlo fought him on a short notice. It was a good fight. And we want to see a good fight, because if we would have said, if he would have blew him out the water, they would have said, he fought nobody. But when they have a tough fight, they still make excuses. So we just got to give a young brother his credit. You know what I'm saying? Because he beat J-Rock. He beat Austin Trout. What more do you got to do to deserve a fight with Canelo? That's all I'm saying. We can't just go off of how he looked in his last fight, because styles make fights, you know? That's all I want to say about Jamal Charlo. We got to have the same energy about Earl Spence having a tough fight with Sean Porter. That's the word Jamal Charlo having a tough fight with Carball. But Carball just got no push over either. They've been ducking him. So, but that's all I have to say. I'm gonna head on the fight here.
Okay, Bounce. All right, Bounce out. But the difference is we're gonna respond to you, but we're gonna have to get off the air. Okay. All right. But okay. So salute to you calling in. Call back tomorrow, bro.
What's up?
Okay. The difference in that is Sean Porter is a more high profile fighter and is a better fighter than Carball. So, not saying that these guys shouldn't have, lapses and down nights, but when it comes to certain fighters, you're supposed to blow them out the water. What you think, Kurt?
It's a lot more than physical skills on D-Town. This is my own take, because the reason I said if they fought this Saturday, I don't think Charlo will win, is because not of the physical skills, but the mental. Because people don't realize when you're on the big stage, there's a lot of pressure. You have to be mentally ready for that. You have to be ready for the moment. And sometimes the moment can suck a fighter into performing real bad. And they normally say, well, I didn't have it tonight. But you have it every other night because you're undefeated. It's the moment. Not every fighter is great in big fights. Only people like Muhammad Ali and Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Ray Leonard. They were great in big fights because of their mind, not because of their speed and their power. Now, in Charlo, I'm worried about his lack of activity. I'm worried about the lack of tough fights. I'm worried about he didn't look great against Brandon Adams. Not the only greater fighter from his last performance. You're only as good as your last fight, as they say. And leading to a big fight, things have to go your way. You have to be active. You have to fight different styles. So you can be ready for that moment. Canelo's there because he's seasoned. Look what happened to him when he fought Mayweather. People don't realize, even though he was in the fight, I saw his body language in between rounds. He quit in that fight. Not quit physically, but mentally, he knew he couldn't beat Mayweather because he just wasn't ready. Now, it made him a better fighter. But with Charlo, I just want to say that I just don't like the way his career has gone.
Mm-hmm. What you think, Ms. Boston?
I agree with Kurt. It definitely is mental. It's not. I don't want to say that he doesn't have the skills to do it. Or to make it a close fight. I just think style wise, it's just not going to work for him at this point. Because I'm looking at his last couple of fights as well. I mean, yeah, he has a good resume. He has beat some very good fighters, but I think right now, from what I've seen in the recent past, I just think we have to see this next fight, see how he looks in this next fight, and then maybe I can give a better assessment. But as of right now, if he was like Kurt said, if he was getting in the ring with him this weekend, I just don't see that him winning that fight.
Yeah, me personally, I had to change my stance over his last couple of fights too. Can he beat Canelo Alvarez? Yes. Will he beat Canelo Alvarez? That's a whole different story. But before we get out of here, so do y'all believe that Deontay Wilder is now the face of the sport of boxing? I'm gonna let Kurt go ahead and cook first.
Definitely. Like I said, heavyweight, a power puncher heavyweight, commercials is being played during the World Series. He's on different shows. So I truly believe he's the star of boxing. Canelo is a star as well, but he's more like a regional star. He doesn't really pop in New York. Deontay Wilder fought here. He fought in Los Angeles. He fought in Alabama, and that's covering 3 different coasts. So to me, Deontay Wilder is the face of boxing.
What you think, Ms. Boston?
Yes, he definitely is the face of boxing. I mean, he's a knockout king. It's always an exciting fight with him. He stays out of trouble. You don't hear anything about PEDs. You can't really put anything bad on him. I mean, I know they try to. I know they try to downgrade what he's done, how he's done it, but he is the face of boxing. And I think that people are really upset about this. They don't want him to be, but they can't control it. And like I said before, you guys have a lot to do with that. I mean, this past year, maybe year and a half, you guys pushing him and all that stuff, it has really impacted his career and not only just here, but when he goes to the UK, they love him in the UK too. Yeah, he's a face of boxing, and Canelo definitely is not. Even though they're trying to push that, they're trying to push Canelo, they're trying to push Lomachenko, and they try to push out of brain fart. But they just don't have what he has. You know what I'm saying? Not only is he a boxer, but he's he has meaning to himself as far as what he's fighting for, how he came into the sport, and everything like that. So yeah, he's the face of boxing. No matter no matter how much people try to take that away from him, even if he was to lose, they cannot take that away from him.
And listen, we got 450 people watching. I don't know how many likes we got right now. If anybody can see the likes, I don't know how many likes we got right now, but 450 people watching, and we should have at least 400 likes, man. We should have 400 likes. Get the likes up to 400, my peopleizations. Get it up to 400. Come on. It's not that hard. It's free. Just hit the like button and share the stream. That's it. That's all we ask. Smash the like button and share the stream. Go click on Miss Boxing icon and subscribe to her channel. If you have not subscribed to her channel right now, click on her icon and subscribe to her channel. My brother Kurt Anderson don't have a channel yet. He should, but being a historian, all that knowledge he got up top, my co-host. But listen, man, smash 194 likes, and we got 450 people. So I mean, 250 people just sitting there watching. Come on, subscribe to this channel, because we do this every day, 6 p.m. And we have special guests. We're supposed to have a special guest on tonight, but something else came up with her. So, listen, smash the like button. That 200, we don't have 250 detractors, right? So smash the like button. Get the likes up to 400, my peopleizations. 400. Get it up. Smash the like button. And click on Miss Boxing icon. Subscribe to her channel. Got my brother Kurt Anderson, my co-host, the historian, Kurt Sugar, in the building, man. We got Miss Boxing, the mediator here. Smash it, man. Come on, man. Support the channel. We on the grind every day. Every day, this is a grind. You understand? So we take our time out every day, just like y'all take your time out to listen, but we take our time out to give y'all this info. Like I stated, Canelo Alvarez did 500,000 pay-per-view. I keep saying pay-per-view. 500,000 views on his 40 days version of 24/7 All Access. If you have not heard, he did 500,000 views on his version. 2 episodes thus far. Deontay Wilder has 1 episode out and did 2.2 million views. That's 1.7 million views more than Canelo Alvarez, and he did 2 episodes. So his 1 eclipses his 2 by 1.7 million views. But this is the fight that they say the people are not interested in. The proof is in the pudding. Like my brother Kurt Anderson said, numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. That's the point. Hey, Ms. Boxing, go ahead, give us any last words.
Blue and Kurt, I just want to thank you guys again for having me on here. I know we didn't have our guest, but we're going to get her. I definitely have some questions for her. A shout out to everybody in the chat. I know and I'm telling you, ever since I started doing live streams, it's very hard to keep up with the chat. So shout out to everybody that's in the chat. And I guess hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow.
And somebody's Boxing Archives and Facts. He said the Zone has the episode in different languages for Spain, Brazil, Germany, and Japan, and it still only did 500,000 views. So they cater into all these other places, and it still didn't do it. Come on, and the likes is only at 200. Get the likes to 400, man. Ridiculous that we got to say that, man. Go ahead, Kurt. Any last words?
Yeah, great show, man. If we had guests or not, the show is always popping. Sometimes I just like going at it with the callers, man, and answering their questions, man. And, thank you, Miss Boxing, your knowledge, your outlook on boxing, the boxing game. I listen to your channel. I'm subscribed to Miss Boxing, everybody. And if you ever need me on there, just let me know. I'm here for support. I love spreading knowledge. I love talking boxing with any and everybody.
Thank you very much.
For the legend, hey, what can I say, man? Thank you for the platform, man. Co-hosting the show. The chat, man. You guys smash the like button. That's the only thing we ask. Just smash it. It helps the channel. I just love this boxing game. We got a lot of big fights to look forward to. My name is Curtis Anderson, aka Kurt Sugar, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Man, it's amazing, right? That 2 hours fly by. It's 8:14 already. The general already came on.
It does go by quick.
I didn't even realize it when I looked down and I'm like, oh, it's 8:09. Unbelievable. Time flies, man. But I appreciate both of y'all coming on. Appreciate the our new mediator, Kurt, Miss Boxing. Got my co-host, Kurt Anderson, the historian, aka Kurt Sugar, my brother, man. Oh, we're gonna be doing big things over here. We're gonna have our guests on. She said she's gonna get back to me right now. I know why that, I know what she's going through right now. So she's this is fight week for her. So just so y'all know, she got weigh-ins on Friday. So it's fight week for her, so she got a lot of stuff going on, but she's definitely trying to get on, and I'm believing, Kurt, we might have and Ms. Boston, we might have another guest as well on Friday. So I don't even know if we're gonna have the show as we plan, Kurt, with all the brothers on, because we might have a special guest on, unless we could get them on at 6 and or 7, and then we could mix and match the hour or something like that. So let's see how that all plays out. But y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Buzz Sports TV. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow us on Instagram at Blue Buzz Sports TV. All one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. Y'all already know what it is. Peace and bless to each and every one of y'all. Go over to the General channel, 78 Sports TV. Check out the General. He should be on right now as it's 8:16. He comes on at 8 o'clock, so we went over time. But salute to each and every one of y'all. We'll be back on 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. We'll have a special guest on. Subscribe to this channel. And again, go subscribe to Miss Boxing channel. Click on her icon in the chat. You can click on her icon and hit the subscribe button through there. So go subscribe to her channel. Let's get her channel over 1,000. Over a K. She should be over a K by Friday at the very least. So let's do it. Let's make it happen, man. Smash that like button, and share these videos. That's all we got for y'all. Salute. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.